Let's try to understand data gateways. In this video, I am going to tell you what is data gateway, what is the need of the data gateway, and how to implement this data gateway, what are different types of data gateways that we will see in detail in this video. First of all, let's try to see what is data gateway. We have already seen we can refresh some of the data sets, like we have these options which is again a refresh, but how this refresh work right now, it is not working because there are some errors which are coming. You can see these errors which are there and it is not working. So how we can do this? Well, first let's try to understand what is gateway. Basically, a data gateway is a intermediator or connection between Power BI desktop, or we can say data set, and Power BI Pro. Basically, whenever we develop any of the applications, whether it is on just our computer, then we publish it to the Power BI Pro, and then Power BI Pro can use it. Sometimes when we are working on a large projects, we need to use a server where we publish our reports or applications in a server file, and then means from there we can publish to the Power BI Pro. However, whenever we have some data sets, like some data source, like there are some sales data which is getting updated every day. We have created one project where we are connecting to one source file, let's say means one of the database which is there are few tables which are getting updated daily from some other location, maybe some other process is updating that tables, but that should be reflected in our Power BI Pro dashboard, right? That process needs some refreshing. So basically this refreshing doesn't happen automatically. It does happen automatically, but with the help of gateways. So that is the gateway which does all these works of refreshing data from source file to the Power BI Pro. And there are two ways to refresh this data depending upon our project, or depending upon our applications or visuals which we have created. Right now, we can see generally in our system we have built one application Power BI desktop, and then it's published to the Power BI Pro. When we do this, we need a personal gateway. That is two gateway types are there, which is a personal gateway. This personal gateway can help us to refresh the data sets whenever we have these like locally created files or locally created applications in our systems. Now the second type is standard gateway. In standard gateway, whenever we are having the files on server and we use a server, we have large project and multiple teams are working. So at that time we use a server, and then we at that time we need a standard gateway, which is the second type of gateway, and then we can refresh the data set using the standard gateway. This information is available in the Microsoft website. Standard mode and personal mode, which we need to download it, and if you scroll down here we can see different difference between the personal and standard mode, and what is it and how we can use it. This is the way. The link for this is available in the video description. You can go through in detail about this personal and standard gateway. Now we will come back to our applications, and you can see there are some errors which are available. Now you can see in details as well. uh, is disabled because at least one data source is missing credentials. So missing credentials means that either we don't have the credential setup or we don't have a get data gateway specified. That's why we are getting this error. So for to fix this error, just go to the settings. You can see settings in manage gateways. Right now it is saying you don't have any gateways created. So how we can get this data gateways? Now go to settings, and then settings. Here you have these data sets which are available here, and you can see there is an option which is gateway connections. So now this is showing as on here, but you can see below you don't have any data gateways, and you have no personal gateways installed. So we can install it here from here as well, or from we can download it from this data gateway as well, from the download menu as well. But let's try to do this install now. Here when we install it, it gets downloaded, and it will be stored in our local system from where we need to install it. You can see this is one exe file which is got downloaded, and we need to install it from here as it is a exe file. So just double click on it, and it will start the installation. Now you can this is what it is asking for, the location where we have this. So this is by default, it is taking the one where we have this Power BI is installed. Let's accept this and just click on this install. Now you can see that installation was successful, and we need to use, if you wanted to use this gateway, then we need to use the give the our email ID. So I will give my email ID here. After giving the email ID, we need to sign in again. So just click on that. Now, once the sign in successful, you can see that the gateway is online and ready to be used. And here some version number, gateway version number is available when it is updated December 2021. You can just uncheck this option. You can see other options which is maybe useful when we need to configure something. Just close this now. Now we have installed our gateways. Let's go back to Power BI Pro. Let's try to refresh this, and now go to settings. In settings, let's go to the data sets. Now you can see gateway information here. It is having this, but it is giving some error, like it is credentials are invalid. So it's not a problem. It's just we need to give it again. Let's click on this edit and just sign in. Don't give change anything. Just click on sign in, and that error will go. Now you can see this is error is gone. Just do this for others as well, same. Now you can see all these data credentials which are completed, and you can see that everything is set up for this gateway. You can see details about the gateway connection. You can see this personal gateway is installed, and below the errors which we have just fixed for this data source credentials. So this is something which is we are done with this gateway installation and setting it up. Now let's go back to our workspace, and we will try to refresh the data sets. Now here we will just try to, right now we are getting some errors here, but we will just try to refresh this data sets. Just click on this refresh. Now this may take some time. You can see this, it is just showing that this progress here. We will see, means after some time it will finish. So let's wait for some time. Now you can see this is refreshed. Now it around 5 minutes it took for refreshing these data sets. It depends upon the data size which we are having in the data sets. Now this is the use of the gateways, and then there is option which you can see is a schedule refresh as well, means which we can click on here, and we can schedule actually a daily refresh or monthly or weekly depending upon our requirement, like that we can do it. So for that we can go back to this schedule, and we can just click on this here, schedule refresh. We can keep your data up to date is on or off. If you just click on means basically we can refresh the frequency, which we can mention daily or weekly. Let's try to see daily. This is the time zone which is we can change it depending upon what time we need. And then we do have, if there is refresh failure or success, who should be contacted. So data set owner, that means whoever has done this data set will be notified. Or else if you wanted to mention any other email IDs, then we can mention here as well. And then just click on time, we can specify here. Let's say means in the morning, like 6 a.m. every day, I wanted to set up this. Then we can do this, or whatever time we wanted to choose, that we can choose, and just click on apply. Now when we do this, it is schedule is updated. Now let's go back to our workspaces, and it should be shown as the next runtime is 8 January 2022 6 a.m. So this is what we can do with this schedule refresh. Now this is all about gateways. Personal gateways and standard gateways are the two important gateways which, and depending upon our requirements, we should be using it. I hope this is helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, do let me know in comment section. If you like my video, then please like it. Thank you for watching.